Hello and welcome, players, to our oogity boogity spooky Halloween one-shot, told in now 4 parts. Divine Darkness. We're in the finale now, but before we introduce our players, I want to take a moment and say thank you to not only the listeners, but to the players, aka Swerve Podcast. Thank you for letting me run a little wild with the spooky stuff.
Of course.
Spooky time.
The demon to give us a scary good time.
It's been fun.
Mm-hmm.
Gosh, I hope so. Anywho, players, now I'll have you introduce yourselves, who you're playing, and what is going on inside their little head. Let's see. Clickbait, I'll have you go first.
Oh my goodness, I was not expecting that. I am playing Zoe Crestfield. She is a young lady who works in a works as a waitress in a kind of bougie brunch spot. She can be a little bit out of touch with reality sometimes, but she's still nice. And she's kind of concerned because Alejandro's like a monster now, and Renner is obviously worried about something, and now we're in a hole in the ground after we just got chased by a bunch of monsters, and we still don't know where Clara is.
Sounds pretty good to me. Onyx, you're next.
Hi, I'm Professor Renner Symmetry here. Nothing to worry about. All is well, all is good. Yeah, in the end game now, I suppose, Just gonna find my cousin, get out of here, and it's nice knowing you, Alejandro, but I don't know how society's gonna treat a monster like that. Anyway.
That's fair. Kilo, you wanna play us out?
No, okay. Hi. I play Alejandro Mendoza. I was human. I am a monster now, after using the divine strength ability they gave me. And I still have my senses, but I was, or I guess I am, but I'm an engineer. And I'm just trying to figure out how I can return and take these two to safety first.
Our righteous hero. And I'm Hex, your god and your guide deeper into the darkness. So, are y'all ready for the end?
Yes. Ready.
Awesome.
Let's go.
So, you all find yourselves in a dark and seemingly round room with Ferdinand standing with you. He looks a little grungier, a little dirtier, or perhaps it's just because it's too dang dark in here. And he says,
I hope my siblings were not too rough with you. Seems one of you looks different.
Hey, cousin.
He tilts his head
Ferdinand.
at that.
It's good to see you again.
Can you tell us a little bit more what's going on? I feel like last time you were vague and riddles. Are you allowed to tell us more now, or is that something
that we know what's
you are
happening?
against?
He tilts his head the other way, and he pauses a moment, and he scratches at his throat and grips it for a moment like he's trying to say something, but he's having a bit of a hard time.
Anyone have a pencil and pen?
God
Paper?
is approaching soon. We are running out of time.
Well, we killed one of God's people in the other room there, and then that creepy dog lady chick, we killed her too. So hopefully, did that help at all, or are we still not doing great?
He gives a nod.
The Hound, Ava, was a very devout believer, one of the first in this religion. In this cult, I think is the better word. It's unfortunate she passed, but needs must.
Alejandro, you sounded like you were going to say something.
Yeah, about that. Am I gonna be stuck like this?
He scratches at his throat again.
If God is to stay on this earth, then yes. However, I cannot guarantee that this change won't come with consequences.
That does not sound good.
And he is going to look over you all pretty briefly and ask,
Have any of you found a knife by chance?
Oh, plenty of knives.
We had lots of knives. Any one in particular you're looking for?
he tilts his head. That's the only action I can think to give him, is just tilting his head. He's a funny little guy.
I don't remember who picked it up last time.
It was a
It was
knife
you.
used in ritual,
I don't
I
have
presume.
I have an axe.
knife with the red stuff. I have it on my notes. I don't know if it was that it was mentioned that I wrote it down or that I picked it up.
We picked it up. I know we picked it up when we were fighting her because that's what you killed the monster with. You killed the monster with the knife, I think. But I don't know if you still have it on you. I don't think you ever threw it to anybody.
Yeah, I never
some
threw
stuff.
it away.
I don't think you threw it, so I think you still have it.
Yeah. I go, oh, you mean this one?
Are you holding it out to him?
Yeah. I don't know if I have hands, but it's on my body.
They're kind
Arm,
of
I guess.
mangled. They're kind of stumpy looking.
Ooh, here you go.
Ooh. He is going to, if you are willing, he's going to take the knife from you and he's going to slowly look it over. And as he does, he finally, for the first time, opens his mouth, revealing rows of razor-sharp teeth, pretty similar to a shark's mouth.
That's awesome.
With a single breath, dark misty energy rolls over the knife and consumes it, slowly changing its shape. It elongates and curves slightly. Similar text to what's on the sigil that you all have seen is inscribed along the hilt and the blade. The hilt looks like it's made of some gnarled wood, strange waves curling around. And he says,
You were clever in hiding it this way. Good thing that you found it. This will make God vulnerable.
and he's going to hand it back to you. Or to whoever wants to take it at this point.
My god, that's, like, awesome. We could definitely use something like that.
How exactly?
Vulnerable how?
It will make God weak, expose them to harm.
I'm assuming we have to stabby them with this, right?
He's gonna give a very short and clipped nod.
Awesome! That's great. Great.
And then Alejandro sounded like you were saying something?
I know, I pretty much just said the same thing as Renner at the same time.
Oh,
I
okay.
just said how.
Well, anything else you can, give us to help us? Or any other advice you can give us? Any specific ways to kill this god? Maybe you know where Clara is, or you got, where there's some band-aids.
Oh, what, are you aching for a band-aid or something?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, that's right.
DM, can I use my first aid kit on myself?
Yes. And then, Ferdinand will say,
Your journey is coming to an end. You will find Clara soon. Make haste, take care, and you will see me one last time. Goodbye.
and he
Well-
is going to take a step back and vanish into the darkness.
Well, that's helpful.
Okay, 9. That's not bad.
So, in this room, there is one door directly in front of you, and then if you were to turn, there are, in equal distance from each other, 2 other doors.
Huh.
And I will have you roll perspectives. Perception.
Perspectives, let's go!
My perspective
I
on
see
this
my
manner
My
is...
Master.
perspective.
I got an 11.
I got a 6.
Got a 9.
Okay.
Nice.
Alejandro, you are still focused on your change. It is pretty scary, I think is one word to really sum it up. A lot has happened. You're kind of taking a moment to just breathe.
Do I have nostrils? How do I breathe? What's going on?
You don't have eyes and you can still see. I don't know.
What's going on?
Renner, you got a 9, you said?
No, I got an 11.
Oh, whoops, I flip-flopped. Zoe, you got a 9. You missed
So we got a
Ferdinand.
6. I got the 9.
I got a 6, ma'am. I got a 6.
Look, I can't
It's,
see
it's my glasses, you know.
Maybe I need glasses.
Yeah, so you do need glasses. Well, it's
Whoa.
dark in here, but also you miss Ferdinand.
I miss
You want,
Ferdinand.
you want your
I
buddy to come
do.
back.
I do.
Renner, despite the one of those strange creatures talking to you about a secret, you are looking at the walls and you can tell that one of them is splattered with what looks like aged blood. This one looks kind of brown. There, and the other door, not the one in front of you, these are the ones behind you. The other one is slightly charred. It looks like it has been slightly burnt. and then the one in front of you looks entirely clean. But the one with the charred door looks like there is something in front of it, but that's to the point where, because it's like low to the ground, it's a little harder to see.
I get closer to it.
Good strategy, bud.
You just going right up to it?
Yeah.
All right, you walk
Throwing caution to
and
the wind.
absolutely, your foot bumps into something fairly solid, and it is a pump action shotgun.
Sick.
Okay, I pick it up.
It is one bullet at a time. Give me a second. That is your damage, good sir. And
Thank you.
alongside it were 2 shells.
Good to know. Good to know.
And now I'll let you roam as you please. What would
does
you like
the
to
door
do?
open?
The one in front of you?
Yeah, the charred one.
It does not.
Okay. Can I move to the
I'm-
next door?
I'm just missing Ferdinand, so I'm waiting for Renner to say what to do.
You're
Well, I
lost
found
in
a
the sauce
shotgun.
of Ferdinand.
Listen, between Ferdinand and my jacket, I'm devastated, okay?
We've had a lot of losses today.
I've had a lot of losses today. My
Hey,
hair's
not your
probably not
blessing.
perfect anymore.
Pun intended. But I think we should all be more worried about Alejandro.
That's fair.
He's going into shock.
I'm getting real low, buddy. I'm getting real low.
Sorry, guys.
Oh no.
Stare into the sunset. Set.
No!
Oh no!
So
Look
the
at the
charred
no.
door
parts.
does
Shit,
not
parts.
open. Can I try the clean door?
Yes, you can. And it opens with a bit of a squeeze, but it opens.
Not the squeeze.
The squeeze.
Alright. This door opens, guys. Shall we wander?
I suppose there's not much else to do.
I've got nothing to lose at this point.
Alright.
Poor
Well,
Alejandro.
with that attitude, you want to lead, Alejandro?
Wow.
You're probably a little tougher than all of us.
Alejandro, you have to duck under the door a little bit.
Oh, okay.
You got
Do I hit my head first? Ah! Sorry,
Yes,
getting
you
used
do.
to- Getting used to my new body.
Yeah, you're not used to all that height. So, you're going through, and you're all following Alejandro, I presume.
Uh-huh.
As you open the door, you notice there's definitely more light down this hall. However, the walls are actively throbbing and pulsing, something reminiscent of veins crawling and pulsing along the walls.
Gross.
While red and looking like flesh, it still also gives you the feeling of something otherworldly and somehow inorganic. As
Ew.
you travel further down the hall, you can see on your right-hand side is a single door. And even further past that, you see what looks to be glass windows somehow down here. And further past that, all the way toward the end of the hall, is just pitch black.
It's not ominous.
Nope, not at all.
Never.
Do we see like the light shining through the glass windows?
It looks to be about the same amount of light that's currently in this hall,
Okay.
but it's all red.
Do we see anything else?
I mean, that's it. You'd have to travel further down if you wanted to see outside the windows
Uh-huh.
or venture to the door, but
And none of
That's
the
it.
other doors in the room opened, correct?
correct.
I guess forward's like the only way to go.
And hold the gun. Oh, let me load one bullet in here at a time, I guess. Just so
Atta
it's prepared.
boy.
There you go.
I hold up my trusty hydro flask, the only thing that's made it with me this far.
There's a bunch of stickers on it.
Absolutely. It's got like a little friendship bracelet around by the lid area.
Where are you deciding to go? Do you want to just go
To the
straight to the
door?
hall? To the door?
I'll go to the door. Maybe
Yeah,
there's
the
something
door.
important in here.
I want to wait myself on the map. Are we on the darker side of the map or on the
I think we're by the
side?
circle. We're the circle side.
Correct. You're where that circle is, where that door connects to the long hall. You just entered that side, aka the
I like
right
how the
side.
long gets longer the longer it is.
Well, of course.
I know, I think it's great. It's
So
fabulous.
the door we're talking about is the one with the rectangle that we see.
Correct, but you don't know that there's a rectangle
Yeah.
there.
Sounds good. Am I opening the door?
That's whoever wants to open the door.
If you want to open the door, you can open the door, buddy.
Okay, I'll open the door.
I have my gun ready behind him.
Oh my god.
I'm holding up my
just,
hydro flask.
Just don't aim it at him. My goodness.
No, of course not. Of course not. Why would it?
Wink, wink. Ha ha ha.
Just busting in. As you open the door, you notice that there actually is more light in here compared to the hall. However, the walls are still reminiscent of what is outside, that same sort of icky, throbbing material is what I'll say. You don't know what it is, you can just vaguely guess. But you see that this room is fairly small, but also fairly similar to the setup of a bedroom. There is a desk covered in pages and pages of what looks to be scribbles, articles and clippings pinned up on the wall in front of it, a dresser pressed into the wall across from it, and next to that dresser is a bed. However, it all pales in comparison to the blue-haired, poorly mangled man that you all know, Vincent, on the bed.
Oh my
He's
gosh.
covered in multiple wounds and bleeding heavily. His hands are entirely covered with what looks to be blood, these dark blood red veins crawling over his arms and chest, and even now up his neck. They're visibly popping out and latching onto him. His eyes are entirely bloodshot, and his pupils are white.
So the veins.
Hey, you okay, buddy?
Like they're the veins like on the in the walls that are crawling onto him?
No, they look to be... He's not, like, attached to the wall, if that's what you're asking. They're just crawling on his body, like, it's either coming out of his body, like the veins are so engorged that they're popping out, or they are some sort of other thing attached to him. It is hard to say.
That's not
And
good.
he, seeing, because Alejandro went through first, he is going to... He can't really move too well or do too much, but he is going to flinch at the sight of you, and with his other good arm, sort of cover his head.
Vincent?
It's us, Vincent.
Zoe?
Oh my god, what happened?
He props his head up a little bit.
I don't... I got attacked. I don't even know what hit me, but they got me really good. There was this lady in black, and we were talking, and suddenly... I don't know.
He puts a hand to his head, like
yeah,
he's
we
trying
met her
to
too.
recall.
She was like totally not cool.
He shakes his head.
Super bad vibes. But are you like okay? You're kind of bleeding everywhere.
I think I'm dying. I can't feel my legs or my fingertips. But I can feel myself fading out, and I feel something taking over me. I know that sounds insane, but I don't want to become some weird monster. I don't want to become one of them.
And he starts to tear up.
Hey,
don't want
it's gonna be
to
all right,
hear-
Vincent. You're gonna be okay. Whatever happens, whatever's going on with you right now, you're not gonna have to worry about it for much longer, okay? We don't have anything to help you, and there's a fire upstairs, and we
Yeah,
can't.
we do.
Do we?
Well, he doesn't want to become one of those monsters. We gotta...
Okay, I wasn't getting there yet. I was gonna get there.
What?
He gives a knowing look.
Math is not adding up, you know?
I was gonna say we can't get him out, like to fix him. Like there's only one way left to like make sure he doesn't become a monster. But I was trying to be nice about it. Therapeutic
Look,
communication.
Honesty.
He kind of shakes his head a little bit.
Honestly, that was my next thought. It's... I can't do this anymore. Here.
And he's
Alright.
going to vaguely gesture toward the underneath of the bed. And if anyone wants to check, you get a little surprise. There is another pistol.
Oh, sick.
We're getting armored up. Let's go.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'll-
no, you
I'll
ever
pick
feel
it
like the end of a video game where it gives you a bunch of loot just before it runs into a boss?
You gotta start
This
it.
is like this scene.
And there are 4 bullets.
Cool. And that's the 1d8 too.
Correct. And Vincent just kind of like collapses back to the bed, eyes closed. He looks very pale, and he just sort of lays there.
What if we can stop?
I don't think we have time to stop this. I wish we
can
could.
stop this, I'd be damn proud of you.
And he gives a very weak laugh.
I think I'm gonna like kind of turn to them. And I'd be like, whatever's happening with him, I don't know if we can stop it. And even if we could, we have minutes until he's gone.
Well, we better be quick then. And I pull out my axe. I'm like, we better save the bullets though.
Yeah. I'll turn back to Vincent and I'll say, well, Vincent, since we can't do much else to help you, we can at least not let you turn into a monster.
He gives a weak smile and as good of a thumbs up as he can give.
So be it. I'll see you on the other side.
Think a happy thought.
He's gonna keep his eyes closed and turn away.
Here I thought the
That's
monsters
fair.
were the monster.
I know.
I walk out of the room.
I'll stay with Renner.
Are you doing the deed?
I swing.
I won't have you roll damage. This boy
Makes
is
sense.
very, very beaten and dying and bleeding out. I will ask, however, where are you aiming?
Back of the neck.
Okay. It is, unfortunately, an easy cut. It does not take much. You feel a flinch, a bit of, not hesitation. What's the word I'm looking for? Resistance
Makes sense.
from him, and that's it. He does not move. He
Dang.
bleeds out a little more, and he is quiet.
Does
Do
he
you
have
have any
like?
band-aids on him?
Oh my god.
Say
Does he
again?
have his phone on him so I can take it back to his family?
Does he have any
Um,
band-aids on him?
he does not have any band-aids on him, but he does have his
Renner's the
phone.
villain of the story.
Um,
He's gonna be the bad guy.
yeah. You can take his phone. It's like
Okay.
in his like pocket. There is like a crack on it, but it's still functional, so that's cool.
Hopefully, it doesn't have any blood on it because Zoe's not huge on blood. She was like, she was taking everything she could to stay there with Renner, but she didn't want to leave either of them alone.
Mm-hmm.
But she's like, kind of making a face and kind of feeling bad about it, but she can't help but make a face.
Yeah, that's fair. There is a little bit of blood on it. It's not like caked in blood or anything, but there's definitely a couple splatters. But well, did you want to look at anywhere else in the room after this murder?
I guess, but first I'm gonna look at Renner. Well, that like totally sucked.
Yeah. I walk over and I start going through the desk. Or dresser? What is that?
There is a dresser and there is also a desk. The dresser doesn't have anything on top of it. It was the desk that has like a bunch of like newspaper clippings, like red string type stuff, but it's a little bit of
I start going through the drawers.
Zoe, I'm telling you, he's gonna backstab you. Be careful.
in
This is me as me, not as the player. As the character.
you as you. Oh.
I'll go to whichever one Renner doesn't.
There are okay, so we will do the desk first. In the desk there are 2 band-aids and
Oh my god, you got your wish!
What do they heal for?
check the chat. There is a pinned note that has all the medical stuff on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Of course.
So you said
And-
two of them?
Yeah, there's 2. 2 band-aids, not the bandage. Bandage. They sound very similar,
Okay.
but I make a
Go ahead.
distinction. And
Got it.
Zoe, the dresser is full of clothes, but you are smart enough to take a couple of raggedy-looking shirts and have essentially 2 bandages out of them.
Sick. I love that. Are there any like false bottoms in the dresser or anything? Anything tucked behind the clothes?
Smart, but no. It's just like
Dang.
a seemingly regular-looking bedroom dresser.
Cool. How many bandages? You said a couple, but can you be specific?
I said 2.
Okay.
Well,
My
I
brain
guess
translated
2
that to a
couple, yeah.
2 is a couple. I just wanted to make sure because some people think a couple is 3, and it's
Correct,
like 3
yeah.
is a few and 2 is a couple. But
Yeah.
cool. Any hoodles? I think I will probably put one of the bandages on right then and there.
That
because
is
I'm
fair.
only half health.
That is fair.
Might use both of them depending on how this roll goes. I rolled a 4.
Wait, you got band-aids too?
I got bandages, which are better, I think, than band-aids.
Correct.
I'll trade you one, and we can each
One
use
for one?
Yeah, 1 for 1, and then we can both heal the same amount.
I'll trade you
Sharing
one
is
for one.
caring.
It's based on the roll though, so you might not heal the same amount.
No, but you know what I mean.
Better know. Okay.
Alejandro, do you need like any band-aids or anything, or are you doing okay?
I'm pretty beat up. I'm almost half by 1 point.
Cool. Do you want a band-aid?
I don't. I think you should keep it. I don't think I'll make it out of here.
That's not the
Alejandro,
right spirit, sir.
You're gonna make it out of here.
Not with this body.
Well, you heard what Ferdinand said. You might turn back if we're successsual. And if we're not successful, it's not gonna matter. If we're not successful, none of us are gonna make it out of here, so it doesn't really matter.
Well, what is your HP right now?
I'm at 14 of 20.
Okay, I'm at 11 of 21.
So do you want the
Yeah,
band-aid?
yeah, you should take
don't.
some band-aids.
Yeah.
They're Hello Kitty band-aids. You know you want one.
Slap one on the chunk of meat somewhere. I don't know. I don't know where I'm hurt. My body changed.
You're hurt all over.
Yeah, you got some bruises on you. It's all
What do I
everywhere.
roll for the bandit?
In the chat, there is a pinned text that has all the medical stuff in it. Nice.
Wow.
I told you to keep it. You can't just be angry at me.
I'm not. I'm. Zoe's not mad at you at all. I'm just like, dang, of course you rolled better.
It could have been yours.
I know.
Take it from him.
I'm gonna steal your health like the witch I am.
I'm not gonna squeeze you like a bug.
Oh my god, please no.
God.
Okay, there's nothing else in the room. Is there anything behind the papers on the wall? Like any compartments, artwork? Are there any like
Chicken
more
bit,
phrasings or hints of this god?
I will say it seems like a lot of like someone's frantically writing a bunch of weird stuff. A lot of it is almost fever dream-esque. It's not super comprehensible, but you do sort of recognize the handwriting as being Clara's.
Renner, do you see what I see?
I'm looking now.
It's looks like Clara's handwriting.
You must be close.
We're close to something, and I don't like the way it's going.
We should probably get moving.
Yep, one way or the other. I guess we're gonna figure this out.
Is there anything on the bed?
Vincent's dead body.
A dead body.
Okay.
Is Blanky. He probably had a
Blanking.
blankie.
What did Ferdinand mean by they knew your secret runner?
What?
I think you should tell
What?
us before it kicks us in the ass.
Yeah.
Tell what?
Your
Tell
secret.
us what the monsters were
I-
talking about that made you so worried.
Oh, I have this very it's kind of embarrassing to say. It's very I'm promise not to laugh.
I promise to do my best.
I can't even laugh. I don't have a face.
That's not a promise. I want a promise first before I say anything.
Promise.
Zoe,
I promise.
I'm afraid of clowns. Okay, you happy?
Oh,
You happy?
That's totally reasonable, Renner.
Mm-hmm. Totally reasonable. And then I leave the room. Let's go.
Oh.
Wow.
Okay.
Renner, I don't think like anybody likes clowns, okay? It's not unusual to be scared of clowns.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Renner.
I think
Clowns.
Clowns.
You're
telling
heading.
the truth, DM.
Say again.
Is he telling the truth?
Do you want to roll to see if he's telling the truth?
Yeah, I would like to see.
What? We did this before. What roll would that be?
It'd probably
Zoe
be
believes me.
perception on their hand, but if I'm lying, then it would be a charisma or a sneak on my hand. If I'm lying.
Well, are you lying?
No, I'm afraid of clowns.
Is that the secret we were talking about, though? Because if it's not the secret we were talking about, then you're lying.
Now
Yeah.
you're metagaming.
No,
No,
that's
I'm not.
That's what I was getting to. Is that you are telling a half truth. You are technically telling the truth in that.
Are you afraid of
regard.
killer clowns?
Everyone's afraid of killer clowns. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, what's up? What do you need me to do?
I am gonna have you roll either a charisma or a sneak, whichever is better for you. And I will have Alejandro roll.
Roll
was
an
it?
18.
Oh
Perception?
gosh.
Yeah, it was percent. Roll the 4.
Yeah, he's telling the truth.
Is he? I guess Zoe would believe him, but she's really good at like charisma and body language, so I don't know if she would suspect anything.
I mean, he's talking about his fears. He's a little. It's understandable that he's a little jumpy. He's not really comfortable talking about it. So I don't think it would.
I don't think she would suspect anything.
Yeah, it wouldn't
At this point, at
betray
least.
that he's quote unquote lying or anything. The man's afraid of clowns.
I'm afraid of clowns.
Rightfully so.
I do not like them.
Don't trust.
Let's move on, I guess.
Alrighty.
But Renner, if there's like anything else you need to talk to us about, it's okay. We're all afraid of something.
Oh, it's fine.
Whatever you say, Renner, but it better not kick us in the ass later.
That's why I got this gun.
Box gun.
Okay, then don't shoot me in the ass later.
I'll be an ass later.
Renner? Seriously?
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to be helpful, and you're just being
And you
an
keep
ass.
pushing my buttons, and I'm trying to move on.
I'm not
Are we
pushing
really
your
gonna break down here at
buttons.
the end now?
I'm trying to be like, what do they call it? Supportive, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Look, it's a new skill, okay? I'm working on it. I don't have like deep conversations with people, okay, Renner? I just like
Okay.
appease them for waitressing purposes. Like, I'm trying, okay? And she'll like walk past him.
Alright, you guys are trucking down a hall. You're getting to where these windows are somehow. Even though you're like, who knows how deep underground at this point. It's impossible to not take a glance because both sides of this hallway are glass at this one particular spot. So it's hard to not see what's past it. It is somehow defying logic in terms of spatial awareness. It makes your blood run cold. It's, again, impossible given the fact that you're underground, but it is a sprawling landscape with no seeable sky or ceiling, but towering structures loosely resembling modern-day buildings. And among them, in droves, are monsters, creatures. Similar to Alejandro, monsters of all shapes and sizes lumbering about disjointedly. They're all humanoid, just simply roaming, no fighting, no shouting. It's even fairly quiet. They don't seem to see you, but the glass is seemingly the only thing between you and all of them outside.
That is
That's
totally not cool.
Alejandro, you get a feeling deep in your heart, just a smidge of what you can only describe as homesickness. Just a smidge, though.
That's not good.
I want to put my, if I have a hand on the glass.
Alejandro, be careful.
It feels comforting. For a moment, the glass is cold. You get the feeling like you cannot join them. You cannot break this glass. You can only watch from afar.
Aw.
I'm dead. I'm not gonna break it.
You're a good boy. But that's it. There's just this, and there's just this hall, which in front of you is entirely black, that it looks like you can't, there is no light penetrating this darkness.
Great. And I think I threw my flashlight.
You tested it in the pit. You threw your rock. I do not think you threw your flashlight.
Oh no, I still have it. It's still in my inventory because anytime I threw something, I took it out of my notes. Or my inventory. So I do still have the flashlight. So I guess I'll move forward because I don't want the monsters to see me.
That's fair. I will have you actually, and anyone else who wants to, roll perceptions.
Oh my goodness. I got a nat 20.
I got a 3.
Okay.
I got a 3.
Oh,
This girl is on fire.
that's our final girl, baby.
My brothers and sisters are down low.
Oh, that breaks my heart. Yeah, you're distracted with your fellow monster kind. You somehow, for some reason, wish to join them. Wouldn't that be fun? And Renner, you are.
Think about something.
Oh, you were thinking real hard. I know what you're thinking about. You know what you're thinking about, and you're thinking about it real hard.
I want to know.
Lots of
That's not ominous
anxiety.
at all. Thanks, DM.
It's thinking about it real hard. However, baby girl, with a
girl.
nat 20,
Yes, queen.
I am going to say you got your flashlight. You're ready to go. I'm going to say you turn it on. It's still dim. It's not like the best flashlight, but you see that the light seems like the moment it hits this darkness, it sort of immediately vanishes. Either
That makes so much sense.
Does that make sense? Like it's tangible. You can't touch it, but it's almost like it's solid. But
It's like an oppressive darkness. Yeah, I figured the light wasn't gonna work, but I was gonna try.
it's always worth a shot. But yes, you are correct.
Yeah.
But as you right at the edge, well, it's like a gradient, so there's not really an edge, but if we're going to be really, really picky about it. But right before it gets too dark for you to not be able to see the ceiling, the floor, and the walls, you see very faint, scratched in. It just says, "Take a leap of faith."
Great. Hey, guys.
Yeah, what's up?
How do you feel about plunging into darkness?
I mean, it's not usually my favorite thing.
Yeah.
Well,
Like, there's nothing else we could do.
my flashlight is like totally not working. This darkness is wicked oppressive. And the only thing that is anything that I can see is scratched on the wall. And it says, "Take a leap of faith," which is not great. So, plunging into darkness, I think, unless we just go back, is about the only thing we can do.
This
Yeah,
be
can
a
I jump
reference
first?
to that video game of the assassin.
Oh my god.
I was gonna jump first.
You want to jump?
Too late. I grabbed them both and we all jumped.
It says a leap. It says a leap of faith.
Where's
Alejandro?
Faith? Where do we find her? How does she leave?
You would be leaping into her, then. That would be
Yeah.
owie.
Oh,
You know
oh,
what?
Into her soft embrace, okay?
oh, here I go.
Wait. Did you actually want to pick it up, or were you just being silly?
I wanted to be silly, but if I can and they let me, I would pick them up. I would just start running and you could hear the thump, 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 and then let's go.
I'm coming. It is up to you guys what you want to do. If you are okay with that, if you'd rather do something else, if you'd rather just go ahead.
Well, I was gonna jump, but because I don't know, because he's super strong now, right?
Correct.
So as
Yeah.
long as he
In
could
my mind,
probably
I'm like
jump.
the Hulk or the Thing. That's kind of what I'm envisioning my character to look like right now.
As long as he could probably jump further than I could, I'll let him do that.
I don't know how far I can jump, but I jump.
I mean,
Alright,
he
you-
surprises me. I won't really see it coming, so.
It's true. You're just gonna jump on your own?
Yeah.
You're your own man. Okay. So I will say Renner takes the jump first. Alejandro comes rushing in, scoop up Zoe, and
Whoa!
jump in after. And as you do, that first leap, you feel like you fall further than you actually have fallen. You hit solid ground, but you get that split moment where your stomach jumps like you either fell down suddenly or you just went down the hill of a roller coaster. That's sort of like stomach flipping motion. And then you are swathed in darkness. You cannot see. You can barely see your own two hands in front of you. You can obviously still hear each other's footsteps as you walk, but as you do, you see that ever so slowly this darkness starts to dissipate and you find yourself in a large circular room, burning candles all around and a familiar sigil largely painted in the center of this room. It looks fairly similar to an amphitheater with large columns around the perimeter and possibly a second floor. As you look further up, it just stretches up into the same darkness that you came from, so it's hard to get a gauge of the actual space. But in the center of this very room, in the center of this very sigil, is a figure in white. Familiar dark hair pulled up into a very messy bun. They're just wearing a simple, clean, slightly dingy kind of robe, but you all know that this is Clara. Now looking rather tired, but still, all in all, the same. She is looking towards you as if she knew you would be coming from this angle. "I knew you'd come," she says. She is going to fold her hands in front of her, and she smiles, and you can see a little bit of a dimple as she smiles. "You're just in time, actually. Was hoping you would be here to witness the beginning of it all."
Beginning of what?
Clara, you're okay.
Of course I'm okay. And the beginning of this gift for you all.
Why? Why, Clara? Why?
Well, Renner, you know that sometimes, even though I like to write, I don't speak the words very good, but I don't want to be here. I never felt like I was made for this world, this place. I can't ever seem to find my footing like you all can, and if I could make even a little bit of change in this crazy world, I would do it for you guys in a heartbeat.
Clara, people are going to die.
This isn't how you ask for help, Clara.
Is this the change you want?
You're going to hurt so many people.
And
You've
what of
already-
the people who don't want this?
Vincent died because of this. He's gone, and he's not coming back.
She fusses
Because
with the edge
of
her
this.
sleeve. I know it seems harsh and it seems a bit much, but considering all of the terrible things that have already been committed, what's one more? I'm tired. I want things to be better. If it means sacrifice, I'll sacrifice myself. I plan to sacrifice myself. If it means you all get to be happy and safe, that's
But
all
we
I
won't
want.
be, Clara. We won't be.
Don't
We'll
want
die
you
if
to
you do
sacrifice.
this.
How is this happy and safe?
I know it seems crazy, but trust me, it will be okay. It
I'm gonna,
seems strange. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, I'm gonna go up and take her hands and say, Clara, look at me. I know, you know, deep down inside that this is not a good idea. I know you're so mixed up right now, and I'm so sorry that you feel that way and that you felt like we couldn't help you or you couldn't ask us for help. But we can do better. We can work together to find you a solution that doesn't involve the mass murder of the entire human population. Even the other monsters here don't want you to do this. People from that dimension think this is a bad idea, Clara.
While you're saying that, I will, Zoe included, have you all roll perception.
Cool. And I am gonna try and persuade her because
That
I have
is-
advantage on charisma check.
That is fine. She will squeeze your hands. And I will-
Natural 20.
No way.
You got 16.
16. Wonderful.
I got a 9. I'm a little busy.
Yeah, baby girl, you're preoccupied. You're focused more on this lovely speech you're crafting here. And that in and of
Okay.
itself is good. It's very nice. Renner and Alejandro, I will say, you both see that, how do I describe this? Clara's shadow doesn't match. Like, the shape of the shadow does not match the shape of her. It's casting a shadow incorrectly. If that makes
That's not good.
any
That's not
semblance
good at
of
all.
sense. And as Zoe speaks, this shadow starts to pick up off the floor and expand off the floor.
What?
And sort of
Can I dash and push
Behind
Zoe out of there?
Yes, you can.
Zoe, get out.
I'm still going. I'm still talking. I'm telling her, Clara, I know this feels big and important and it's exciting to be a part of something when you've never felt like a part of anything. But this is not the way to do it. Be a part of something with us.
Zoe, that's not Clara. Get out of there.
After you say that, and after Alejandro says that, I'm not going to have you roll, because you're not really going to hurt Zoe at all. You're just trying to knock her away.
Yeah.
So you are... I'm also going to assume you're not being terribly rough. You're going to just, bop her to the side and away.
Yeah, I just my hand will it's like a scoop, but just backwards towards Renner.
Yeah, just boop. And I'm assuming yourself will scoot away as well.
Alejandro, what are you doing?
That's not Clara, Zoe.
She flinches as you bop her out of the way, and she takes a step back towards the edge of the sigil, fussing with her sleeves a bit more, and she looks down for a second and back to you all and says, I'm sorry, but it's too late. I love you all
Never too late.
so much.
Clara, what have you done? It
me
can't be too
change
late.
The world for you. And she holds
I look
out
at Renner.
her hands to the side of her. And this strange, vaguely transparent shadow starts to form its own set of hands, takes them, and whisks her into a dance, a waltz. They briefly spin and twirl together.
Where's the knife?
Their bodies,
I was gonna. That's why I was looking at you. The knife, Renner.
Their bodies.
I don't
in
have the knife.
harmony
I have the knife.
as the shadow starts to turn a fleshy color.
Then I'm looking at Alejandro. Alejandro.
Alejandro.
I nod, but I don't have a face. I run and I'll try to stab.
I am going to say that she is in the inner circle of this sigil, and you cannot pass. Some
Alejandro,
other
give me the
force
knife.
is
Alejandro, give me a
preventing
knife.
I toss the knife to Renner.
I
Can
grab Renner's
can I go
hands
through?
and we go. No, I was gonna dance. We have to dance.
you. An otherworldly force is preventing you from entering this circle.
Can we try and dance? If I grab his hands and we try and waltz too?
I
Can the
am
knife
going
penetrate
to
the force?
stop you all. No, it does not.
We're trying, okay?
You are trying so hard, but now
What
is
is the
also
sigil on the
not
ground
the
made
time. It's hard to tell.
Can I-
It's like in the
Okay.
floor. You can't like kick it or brush it away.
Can I cover it?
No, I'm going to shush you guys for just
Mike
a
says, shush!
Clara
Stop it!
in this dance is then elegantly dipped before being pulled and spun inside the shadow, their bodies meshing and slowly growing together. Together they merge and tower over you all, over any monster you've met before. Large curved horns sprouting from her head, grooves over most of her joints, a cloth mask over her face with the sigil you're now all familiar with, as well as a set of insect wings nestled between her breasts. A long red skirt drapes down and seemingly meshes into the floor. Alejandro, as someone who is no longer human, it is hard not to bow to her whim, but you do resist. A roar of energy rushes past you all.
It is time for darkness.
No, please! I like the light too much.
Roll perceptions!
No! Natural 20.
Guys.
Out of 4.
And I got a knife.
Oh my god. Okay, cool.
Oh, she looks so cool.
Zoe, you are locked in.
I'm upsetty.
You are upset. I mean, you're all upset because Clara, like, is now this thing. This thing is God. God is someone else. I don't know.
We have to kill God. I don't want to kill Clara.
I'm not sure I should. You, as you're all about to presumably fight, get ready, do whatever you have to. You, Zoe, hear a thump beside you, and standing tall
Papa.
and proud is Ferdinand. Once
Ferdinand!
more.
It's my guy.
He is going to actually put his hand on your head, Zoe, look to you
Aw.
all, and say,
Use the knife. Weaken and kill her. I must hold off my siblings.
with a single leap, he's off, up toward the second floor and away toward the dark, ever-stretching ceiling, where you can see 2 other figures waiting for him. And in his wake, for anyone who wants it, is a Band-Aid.
Band-Aid! I want Band-Aid.
Alright, well, I guess we know who has the Band-Aid.
Unless anybody else wants the Band-Aid.
Just
I feel like the rest of
Imagine-
us failed our perception, so we don't see.
I imagine so. It just has like 10 band-aids between both of her arms, just like little straight
Can
lines.
It's like a My Little Pony Band-Aid and I just put it on my cheek.
Yeah.
Aww. That's cute.
May I roll the Band-Aid?
You may roll Band-Aid. And then I will have you all roll initiative.
Okay, I rolled a free.
We for Band-Aid.
9
That's
for
what I get for
initiative.
picking My Little Pony. Honestly, though. I rolled a 10. Oh no. Oh no!
Sorry, this was for what?
Initiative.
Combat.
Initiative.
And you mentioned Band-Aid.
Nice.
Yes!
So, lineup is Alejandro, God, Zoe.
I love the idea of being God.
Alejandro goes first before God. I am God now.
I am
Oh
your
my
God. So, with that, Alejandro, it is your turn.
Kick
Uh,
some butt.
I go rush in and start punching. Punch, 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 punch.
Roll.
Punch, punch, punch.
Roll the hit.
Measly 6.
That is not gonna do it. I'm going to say you are frazzled. You go to run up to Clara, God, not Clara, and go to swing, and you just misplace your feet and just clear the side of her. And with that, it's her turn.
Oh no.
And she is going to take a swing at you, Alejandro, since you're closest. For a 4. She is not used to her new form, her glorious new form, now that she has been birthed. And she tries to just swipe at you with her hand, and she misjudges where you are. She doesn't have eyes, or they're being covered, and misses you entirely as well. Leaves us to Zoe.
Woohoo! My turn. Anyways,
Baby girl, what you got?
I'm so upsetty, but I know what needs to happen now, and I know that it's not Clara anymore. So I'm going to raise my pistol, and I'm going to attempt to fire.
Okay.
I forget, Hex, were you having us add on our dex modifiers to ranged weapons or no?
I think
The
I
roll.
was.
Okay.
I'm going to say so, because I know I did it with melee and strength, so.
Rolled a 17 to hit.
Beautiful. That is definitely a hit.
Yeah.
Roll damage.
I rolled 10 damage. Dang.
So,
I'm angry.
she actually
You chip one of the horns.
is only 5 damage, not 10.
Oh, man.
We gotta stab her first.
But
Oh, that's right. I don't have the knife.
this pierces her side, and to her, it feels like a little pinch of something. That was definitely enough to get her attention, but not hugely different.
Oh, no.
Winner,
Yeah, let's try to do the stabby stab.
go for it.
I'm not the strength person, so if this doesn't work out,
I'm not the
15.
strength-
That
I'm not the
hits.
strength person either.
Yay!
Okay. I don't think I had the stats for the knife.
The knife
Are they in the
damage,
pin? No.
I'll say it's, for that dagger, I'll say 1d6.
Okay. 1d6 plus strength.
No.
4.
She will say that the moment you stab her with this blade, I will say it actually does 8 damage, but that blade is stuck in her side like a pesky thorn. It digs in and really makes her start to bleed. These black inky veins slowly starting to crawl from this wound and take hold. You no longer have possession over this blade, but it has clearly done its damage.
I'm so sorry, Clara.
Which takes us to the top of the round with Alejandro.
Okay. Can I punch the knife inward since it's stuck on her side?
Whoa.
Yeah. I will have you. Yeah. Just, I guess, roll to hit the knife.
What's the knife's AC?
He's just aiming for a particular spot.
9.
I will give it to you. It's a knife. So then I'll do the knife's damage again, but I don't. I'll have you roll the knife's damage, which was 1d6.
Hex, you said the
4.
pistol had 4 bullets, correct?
Correct. And you did
Okay.
use one.
Down 1, yeah.
And because it is not really doing much more, I will say that that is half damage. So it was only 2, but she definitely still feels it. And it, I will say at this point, is pretty locked in. Like, it is to the hilt. So, it is God's turn. I am going to have her look to you, Renner, and you feel a dark energy roll over you. Give me 1 second. Does an 11 hit?
That is my exact AC.
Alright, so far I've been doing this. If whoever is attacking meets the AC, I'll give it to them. So she hits. And then...
Oh no.
Instead of taking any damage, Renner, you are suddenly thrown back into your own memories. You get a flashback of that dark, terrible night that you don't dare tell a soul about. You hear a car swerve, the screech of tires on rubber, a scream, a crash, and that's it.
Well, that's fun.
And when it is your turn, you will still be stuck in that memory.
Great.
So it's
Can I
your turn.
roll to get out when it's my turn, or is it just...
I'll have you roll. I think I like that. But we'll get there.
Okay.
I'm gonna try and shoot her again
Okay.
with an 11.
An 11 does not hit.
No.
I will say you
my
are
bullet.
not quite used to handling
That's fair.
epic skill, especially under these stressful circumstances. It is a lot to ask of any human being. You try really hard to aim, you do all the right things, but you just don't make it. Just a little too far.
That's fair.
Renner.
Poor Zoe.
Where's Zoe? Renner, you are in the thralls of your own memories, lost somewhere far away. I will have you roll me. I suppose like you. Oh,
Sorry, guys. I saw
God sneezed. I will have you roll a con.
A con. Okay.
Yes, please.
I got 12.
I do want to give it to you. So I will. I'll be a gracious God tonight. It takes
Yeah.
you a moment, but you slowly start to come out of it. The past is the past. You are done with this. It is go time. It is now time. And you have your turn. What would you like to do?
Well, I believe I got that pump shotgun ready with one gun. Or one bullet. Let's try it. See if I can go for a knee or two.
Come on, cowboy.
You could do it, bub.
What's my deck? Dirty 20.
Ooh, that is a beautiful hit, good sir.
Good job.
Oof. That is...
For 8 damage, but I don't know how much that will transfer over.
Probably all of it with that knife in.
It is a solid 8, yes. All of it goes through. Where are you going for? You said the
knees. The knee, yeah.
Okay. You get a very clean shot of a knee, and she feels that and howls, and she starts to stagger down and drop to one knee. And now
Good job.
we are back to the top of the round.
Okay. I would like to see if I can pin her down. Can I like grab her and give her a hug
She
from
is,
behind?
I'll say, like 11 feet tall. If you really want to do that, I mean, you could go for it, but
Don't let your dreams just be dreams.
She's 11
She's-
feet
she's
tall. Well, she's on her knee now, so can I jump and just try to grab her by the neck?
yeah. It's so
Hex
hard
is
to
like,
say
"Why
no.
not?"
I don't want to say no to you guys. You guys have good ideas, and I like where you
I
guys
wonder
like
what that
to go.
feels like.
Well, it's not guaranteed that it's gonna happen.
I know.
still
I was
gotta roll,
debating if I
so-
wanted to make you roll a
Let's see.
disadvantage because she's a big lady, but she is like down on one knee.
She's injured.
Like, I'll just give it to you clean. Just give me one straight roll.
You can
See
do
if I
it.
can
Get
get.
this big lady.
Rolled an 8. I
No,
don't think
I
that's
will
enough.
say you are running to the back because she is sort of rooted in place. With this dress, it seems to almost mesh into the ground. You give a fairly good leap onto her back, but you don't quite catch any purchase and just clap to the ground again. Let out like a oof, and then
My stats just are not that good.
and it is God's turn.
No, she's got
Nar.
enough turns.
Nar, it's not nar to nar tars. She is going to look at you, Zoe,
Me?
and call out in a language that sounds vaguely familiar to you, seeing as you have done it yourself. She is going to cast a dark spell toward you.
Oh.
Does a 14 hit?
Mm-hmm.
All right. For a total of 4 damage.
Ouchie.
This dark energy rushes straight for you and really puts a wall up into you. Your skin almost burns at the sensation as it caresses your skin. It does not knock you down, but it definitely does push you back, I would say like a couple of feet, and dissipates in the next second. Zoe?
I'm gonna try and shoot with my pistol. It's my second to last shot. For 4.
That spell knocked you really unsteady. You're trying to find your footing again. You don't know exactly what happened. Your mind is swimming with so many thoughts and just wildly miss. You shoot up into the ceiling and pray to a different god that you didn't hit, Ferdinand.
Oh my god, no, Ferdinand.
Ferd.
Just do my best.
Poor Zoe. Renner, clear-headed, ready to go.
Alright, can I load the other shell into the gun and shoot it in the same turn? Or that take time?
I'll let you.
Okay, I do that.
Tay,
Got 13.
I'm gonna give it to you.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
She's down on her knee. She's having a tough time. She's swatting you guys like flies. Y'all are annoying to her.
Oh, that's ignore
Good.
That's
Oh
I
my
rolled that wrong. I rolled it wrong.
Oh my god.
I was gonna say, it's a magic bullet right there.
3 points.
Okay, I'm going to say you just like clip her arm a little bit, and she
Okay.
gives a little bit of a flinch and really does not pay it much mind anymore.
Okay, fair enough.
Alejandra, before you start your turn, big fella, you're in the thralls of her presence. You have been near, essentially, your god for a fair amount of time. Roll me, I will say, roll me a con with disadvantage. Or no, advantage. I don't mean that. I don't mean disadvantage. Forgive me.
A dirty 20 or a 17.
Okay, that is enough to keep your consciousness your own, keep you on track to this fight. There is no control over you, and it is your turn to do with as you please.
Woohoo, we love that.
Okay. My attempts have not been working so far, so I will just try to punch the other knee, the one that's not hurt, and just be like, Clara, snap out of it. And I'm
Well,
trying
you
to see
do
if
that.
works.
In response, God will say,
With the 2.
You
that-
took my friend from us.
Alejandro, you roll a 2.
I rolled the 2. I rolled the
You
2.
said that's so sad, Hex.
I haven't landed a punch because my strength is 0.
But you're a big, strong man.
No, you're
How's your
good.
strength 0?
Well, I might have gotten magical strength, but my physical strength is not.
You miss, I'm sorry. Wiping away my own tears.
Nah, it's okay.
Yeah, that is, you're not on your feet. You're kind of a little dazed after falling to the floor after your last attempt. So you're just a little disoriented, trying to get yourself back on track. And you just give a really weak punch.
And I'm just like a headless chicken back. It's like, where am I going?
You're trying your darndest. God's turn. She is going to go for a runner again.
Hit me with your best shot. Oh, that's pretty good.
Does a 14? I thought. Does a 14 hit?
Yeah, 14.
Hi, that's pretty good.
Get her done.
No, don't get it done.
Get her done. Damn it. For 8 damage. Making sure.
Okay,
How you feeling, bud?
that was my entire band-aid I used last time. Or first aid kit. That's
She,
cool.
like, backhand palm smacks you and knocks you on your butt a few feet away.
Fair enough.
This lady's mad.
No kidding.
Zoe,
Hi.
what would you like to do, baby girl?
I'ma try and shooty McShooterson again. I got 1 bullet left.
Lock and load, baby. Let's go.
Lock and load.
Lord.
Okay. Lock and load, baby. A 16!
That hits!
First
Say I never
try.
did nothing for you.
I've never said that a day in my life.
Okay, roll to hit, but also tell me where you are aiming for.
Okay, boss. Let me look at the little lady.
Oh, she's not
I'm gonna
very little.
aim. Yeah, she's not very little. Right for that, like, black spot where the insect wings meet her chest, right in the middle.
Okay.
Looks like a good spot.
Okay.
For 6 damage.
Ooh, ouchies. She really felt that to the point where she takes her hands and puts them to her chest. You see a fair amount of blood pour out of there, but that dark spot flutters for a moment in fine, like fiber-like material, almost
Whoa.
akin to hair.
Whoa, that's freaky.
So that was a fairly good hit.
Like Clara's hair.
Aha, stop.
Yeah, you know. God is looking fairly bad.
Good.
She
They
falls
stole
to
my
her
friend.
other knee. She is now on her knees. She is not happy. Renner,
Mm-hmm.
it's your turn.
Gonna pull out my handy dandy axe. I'm gonna go, since she's on her knees. You said she's 11 foot, which would bring about yay tall, and I'm about this tall, so I might have a chance for going towards the back of the neck again.
I will. It's a tiny
I do a
bit out
little
of range.
little jump.
But yeah, if
Oh,
you
no.
gave a little bit of a hup right before,
Mhm.
then yeah, I got you.
17.
Oh, that is a hit.
Yes.
Let's go. Let's go.
Let's freaking go.
For max damage 8.
Oh my god, that is actually her exact amount of health left. So, you're getting the neck, correct, or the back of the neck?
Yeah. It's trying to do like a chop off head situation.
Again?
since, you know,
Another
my
one?
Yeah.
I will say it's not enough to totally cleave her
That's fair.
head of her neck.
That's
because
fair.
It is a thick
She's
neck.
thicker and taller, yeah.
Correct, but it is definitely a good hefty cleave. Blood spews out and unfortunately all over you and onto the floor.
Ew.
She lets out a cry before collapsing to the ground. And as she does, you see the knife, those black veins are slowly starting to consume her as she twitches and writhes. And also, by her side, crumpling to the ground, are the 3 siblings, all beaten and bruised. Ferdinand looking especially ragged as they collapse beside her. Divine creatures, all in their resting place. The moment they hit the ground, oddly enough, not that anything makes sense in this dark, dank, deep place, a wave of water rises as if her impact on the floor had caused it in the first place. Renner, you are obviously the first to get hit by this, but it rushes out at all angles, overtaking all of you within seconds, and for a moment it stings, a burning sensation, something like alcohol, and for another second, you all lose consciousness.
Oh my goodness! What the heck?
Renner and Zoe, you wake up to the sound of rain, the cloudy skies, a gray-blue hue. Despite your wounds and aches, you're awake. I'll have you roll perceptions.
Not there, right?
Sir.
Alejandro, we will get to you.
I
in
got
a
a
second.
nat one, my
Okay,
dude.
just making sure. I
I
was
got
like, I didn't hear my
4.
name, but I want to make
Of
sure.
course, of course,
Got a
of course.
4.
I feel like this is all totally reasonable.
Yeah.
This is definitely reasonable. I will say your eyesight is blurry as if you're waking from a deep sleep. You're waking from a deep sleep. You just are bleary looking around you. You're slowly coming to, and I'll say that Alejandro is beside you. That's what you immediately see. He
Yay.
is not moving. He is maybe ever so slightly giving a bit of a twitch. He is human looking, although he is covered head to toe in very fine, squiggly like scratches into his body. And if you want to get up, if you want to try to get up,
I
I will
scramble.
let you.
Check if he's breathing.
Yeah, I'm going to Alejandro.
Okay. If you want to also roll perceptions again, I will let you.
Yes,
Yeah,
please.
sounds like a good idea.
You both are checking him over,
A 3.
and you can see that he is breathing, but it's
Oh my god.
guys. I'll just tell
This is
you.
brutal.
He is breathing very slowly and faintly and shallowly. He's hanging in there, but it's hard to say either for how long or what kind of state he's in. Also, not too far away, you see Clara's body and you see Vincent's body. Clara also has the same scribbly looking cuts all over her body, head to toe, and the both of them look entirely human. The two of you notice a strange scar, both on your palms, but they look rather old and faded, almost didn't catch them, but you caught them as you were checking Alejandro. And it's hard to miss the school that you are now outside of. This church school building is entirely run down looking. The roof is missing some spots. The windows are all broken and just in terrible disrepair. I'll give you one final action.
I don't know what to do. I was just, I guess, look at Renner and be like, did that really happen? And what do we do?
Are cars nearby?
Yep, just your guys' cars.
Is Clara
gotta-
alive?
Oh no, somebody stole my moped? No!
I will say, you don't know from afar. I will also say you probably don't have the energy to go over and check, seeing as it took a lot just to get to Alejandro.
Do I have service on my phone?
You do, again.
Can I call 911, please?
As you are dialing and you guys feel this rain soak through your clothes into the bone, you hear the sound of police sirens incoming, with police cars and ambulances not too far out of sight and making their way toward you, and will fade to black. Thank you so much again, players, for being good sports and participating. Kilo, thanks again for all the help setting up this system for this one-shot. Onyx, thanks for listening to the audio and helping me make sure everything sounds very nice. And to Clickbait, thank you for Zoe, and I mean that sincerely. She's my new baby girl. I love her.
I'm glad someone does.
And special thanks to Lapis for lending their voice as Vincent. If you're listening to this as it releases on Halloween, I hope you have a lovely, spooky day. Happy Halloween!
Happy Halloween!
Happy Halloween!
We slowly fade in sometime after the events have taken place. A news broadcast coming in. Hi, thanks, Tom. I'm Alice Wonder here with breaking news. Reports are slowly coming in, but steadily, of what can either be described as a prank, a new urban legend, or perhaps something else entirely. I'm talking, of course, about the strange figures appearing at night roaming around town. Apparently taller than average, but supposedly poses no harm. Who or what are these, and what is their purpose? Is it all an elaborate Halloween costume done early? As we get closer to Halloween, I'd like to remind everyone to partaking in the holiday to stay safe, have a flashlight in hand, and always check out.